Okay, yo, what's up? So, I hope you're having a good night, good evening, because I'm just bored out my mind and I figured I'd just make a video about my Caesar cutter. Someone asked me about my Caesar cutter when I made my Caesar video and asked me what I liked, what I didn't like about the software. So, this is about that software, what I don't like about it, and what I like about it. So, what I don't like and what I do like. And if you notice, there's two programs up there. There's the Silhouette Studio and then the Caesar Leonardo Studio. I don't have Cricut. I don't want Cricut. I don't have nothing to do with Cricut. So I'm gonna show you why you don't want Cricut. If you have a Caesar, you don't need a Cricut. But if you do other craft stuff like those etching and other stuff, then yeah, you need a Cricut. But the Silhouette Cameo also does all that stuff the Cricut does. So again, you may not need a Cricut. And you're going to see why you may not need a Cricut after I'm done with this. The Cameo 5 is out. So at the framing of this video, the Cameo 5 was out. I don't know what it's like. I've never seen it, never used it, so I don't have a clue. But they're saying it's better, so take that with a grain of salt. Never seen it, used it, so I can't tell you. I did like the 4, so. But all I can say is that the Caesar Romeo that I have is the best cutter out there. Still can't stop saying that. And I'm gonna show you, I wanna show you something that cuts. Watch this. Look what this thing cuts. It cuts like a champion. Like it cuts like a champ, okay? Look how close you can get your cuts. That's how close you can get your cuts. All right? That's how close. You sit down and you calibrate this thing. You take the time to calibrate it. I'm trying to get the light off of it. But if you get the calibration right, that's how close this thing can cut. Actually, I've cut even closer than this. I just don't have any of them. I used them all up. See, look at the time. This is a smaller one. See how close you can get this thing to cut? So the calibration method they have is terrible. It really is. It's bad. It's so bad I don't even use it. I use my calibration method, and that's how I get cuts like those. So if you are using their calibration methods and you notice your cuts are not lined properly, it's because their calibration method is god awful. I don't use it. I learned how they calibrate it, and then I learned my own method from what they were doing. And now that I know how the machine calibrates and why it's supposed to calibrate, I just do it myself. Now, if you want me to make a video like that, leave comments, and I'll sit down and try to show you how to calibrate that cutter properly. But for right now, I'm not gonna go there because it's a whole process unto itself. That's probably like another 2-hour video. All right. So let's talk about this program. And not his updates, because the updates are a pain in the butt. I've been using this program since 1.1.15. And it's up to 1.1.24. So I've been using it for a while now. All right. And you notice the program's loaded. See how big this program is? A huge program. One of the things I really don't like about this program already is going to be obvious right here. See that? See how long it takes for the things to move around? See that? This computer is built from the ground up. So this whole thing is just extremely fast. To show you how fast, I'm going to close this program and reopen it and show you how quick the computer is. Just find it. That's how quick the computer is. So let me shut it down again. Open it again. That's how quick the computer is. All right. So, and it's running these things like it's just dragging. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what else to do with this. All right. So, and it's the program. It's not even the computer anymore. I know it's the program, and it's been doing this from every program I've run. Every computer I've run it on, it does the same thing. So I know it's not even. There's nothing I can do about it. It's the program, and that's what I don't like about it. So you can't run a file if you run them. If you're making a design, your design can't go past maybe 5 images on it. After that, the program just starts doing exactly that. So you have to keep your file size is really small, or the program just start acting the fool. That's one of my problems. Now, if you're doing stuff that's built in this program, it doesn't act like this. It's stuff you bring from outside. This is all this stuff. All these images. Sorry. Let me try to say this. The original design, which is this right here, was from outside this program. It's not from inside this program here. So I've been just duplicating this piece up here. I've been just duplicating it. So that's what this is. They're all duplicated pieces of this, and it's an SVG. It's not a picture. It's an actual SVG. This is all edited images, so you can edit that stuff, and it still runs like just pure garbage. I don't know what else to do with this. So I have to keep making. As you can see, I have 2 different versions of the same file. 1, 2 is the same file, but I can't keep them in the same thing because the program can't handle it. And they both do the same exact thing honestly, I have 2 more versions of this file because of this problem. As soon as I get to this point, I have to dump it and create another one. And then every time I need something from each individual file, I have to go back to each individual file to find it, get it, edit it, print it, and then it's a mess. Let's not go there. So that's one of the things I don't like about this program. How it just overloads really, really quickly. And no matter how powerful your computer is, it don't do anything. And I'm gonna try to bring up the specs of my computer real quick. And show you I'm not lying. So it's an Intel 12th Gen i9. I'm running 32 gigabits of memory. My hard drive, it's barely touching anything. I have 5 drives in here. Okay. Hard drive, it's not even touching my hard drive at all. My hard drive's not even doing anything. To show you, look, if I move this file right now, see, my hard drive not even a percentage of it. So it's just the program just blows chunks. I have a GPU in here. All right, so it's even have its own dedicated GPU, and even make it worse, this CPU has another built-in GPU. All right. So this. And then on top of all of that, so it has 2 GPUs, and then it has a shared. So it has a total GPU memory of 32 gigabits, 27 gigabits. Sorry, I'm wrong. 27 gigabits of memory, shared, complete GPU memory. So this thing shouldn't be struggling. And it's an NVIDIA RTX 360. Lot of power. Shouldn't be begging for mercy, but it is. Shouldn't be begging for mercy, but it is. So at some point, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. Another thing I hate about this program is this. When you click this button, this zoom button, it zooms all the way out. When you click this button, it barely does anything. You see, it don't keep zooming in. It just kind of stops in this weird limbo spot, and no matter what you do, it just kind of sits there. I don't know what you have to keep. Look, you have to keep. I don't know what's you supposed to keep clicking it for it to zoom in or something. I don't know. I don't know. If you're supposed to have time to do all that, I don't. It's annoying. So let's go to this program, the silhouette program. If you click the zoom button, it zooms in. Click the zoom button, it zooms out. Is that how it's supposed to work? Now, when you click this button, it just zooms all the way out. Again, you can't click this button to pick like different zoom focal lengths. There's nothing. It's just one big zoom. I don't get it. If you want to move the screen around, you can't move the whole screen around. You got to click this stupid button here, and then you can move the whole thing around. Why do I have to do that? I don't get it, but whatever. And then, because see, there's no scroll on the side, no scroll on the bottom. You got to click this to move the whole thing around. Or you have to hold the control button and then scroll with your wheel. And you see how it just kind of just jerks. It, again, because the file's so huge. Here's another thing I don't like about it. There is nothing here. Everything here is so basic. Everything, let me click on this first, sorry. You have to click on this thing to do anything. And then, let me open up a new one. Because I don't want to mess anything up. Everything is so basic. So let's create a square. Print and cut, edit. This stuff is fine. It is what it is. But when you start doing, sorry, let me get out of this. Is what they have in the free version. Your release, your compound, everything that makes any kind of sense for a person to want to like really use is locked behind a paywall. You can't really do anything that makes any kind of like legit sense in this program. Nothing. There's nothing here. It's not even basic. It's like just stupid. If I come to this program right here and I have to, let me switch it to basic because I don't want to do view in basics in standard mode. I want to compare this in standard mode. Standard mode is what that one is. This is what you get when you buy this program. Okay, standard mode. All right, even in standard mode, you get outlines. You can make offsets. It says build contour, but the contour thing here it's god awful. If you try to use a contour thing in here, it's god awful. You can go out. You can go in. You can apply it, and it makes a contour, and it's supposed to be a contour. All right. You get contours here. You can slice. You can do this is actually pretty cool. You can replicate. You can't replicate here. There's no replication. You can make little like basic shapes. They claim people say you can make other shapes from basic shapes, but why would you want to? But they get the same shapes here. You can make shapes from shapes if you really want to. They're all here. You get the pen tool. Now you have this. They have the tools here. Everything you get more stuff here, even the coloring. Now here's something I don't like about this program. You see the fill and the stroke? You can't change fill and stroke. You either have fill or you have stroke. You can't do both. You can't change both. I don't know how. If there's a way, can somebody tell me? Because I've never been able to do. I've never been able to have the fill it in with a color. I don't know how to do it, and I have been trying to fill in a box for like the longest time, and I have not been able to fill a box, just a simple box in with a color. I don't know how to do that. Edge tool, cut, default. Is that it? I don't know. And you go to stroke. You see, look at this. Every time you hit something, it does something different. Why can't I do both at the same time? Why can't I do the fill? Does it change the stroke? So it changes to red, yellow, and then go back to fill. Does it change the fill? See? You can't change both. You can't have a fill and a stroke. Is that you have a fill or you have a stroke? You can't have them both. All right. Here, I make a box. I can change the fill color and I can change stroke color. So I can have a fill and a stroke. See what I'm talking about? I can have this. Here, I can't get that. I cannot replicate that. And that's the basic program on the silhouette. I can never get it here. I'm not sure why, but you can't get it here. This text box. This text box is the bane of my existence. It's so bad that I don't even do anything here. If I have to do anything text-wise, I just don't even bother. Honestly, I just don't bother, like, at all. I don't bother at all. If I have to do anything text, I literally just shut the program down and go straight to Silhouette Studio. I just don't even bother. This thing is just god-awful. I don't use it at all. And I'm not even going to attempt to try to show you how to use it because I just don't use it. Now you have the pen tool. I don't know what it's supposed to do. I've tried to use it in here and I just run into a number of problems. I just don't bother either. And it all comes back down to the same, see, yeah. Why do I have to keep, why do I have to close and finish? Why do I have to choose one of these? Why can't I just, see, look at this. Now I have to go back here again. Select. Why is this a thing? Why is that a thing? Why can't I just? Let me get the pen tool, pencil. Why can't I just do that? Why can't I just do this? Why can't I just do that? Just saying. They don't really give you much to do in the basic version, but you can do some stuff, see? Done. Why do I have to close and continue? I don't get it. Annoying. So, next problem. So, let's get out of this. Let's select something else because I'm getting frustrated. Now, the rotate. I do like the rotate in here. If you hold the shift key, it just rotates all the way around. If you let it go, it does. Does it do that? Yes, there you go. No, it stopped. It's not doing it. Why is it not doing it? There we go. It does 15-degree angles. No, now it's just turning. Why stop doing that? Did it stop doing it? Turn off snapping to 15-degree angles. Control. The control. So I'm talking about the instructions are not clear. Why? 1 minute it says do this and it turns it off. Next minute it says do something totally different and it don't work. There we go. 15-degree angles. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be snapping like that. Perfect. Then you're supposed to hold it and it's supposed to turn it off. See, there we go. Now it's rotating. Let it go. Ah, now it's working. And it does this all the time. Yes, all the time. You do something, it work 1 minute, and then you do something, it don't work again, and you just, it's frustrating. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with corporate. I don't even think it has to do with the engineers, because a lot of the stuff that you have to use, you can see it's just been just thrown behind paywall. A lot of it just been that the stuff you used to do is just behind some paywall, and it's getting frustrating for us, the people who don't want to pay for the paywall when the cutter costs $600. Sorry, $800. You know, with all the extra, with the stuff. Yeah, it's got $800. I think it has to pay like $800 for this cutter. Right? And then they claim you get this design library, right? Okay, fine. Open design. The design is yours, right? So they claim. If I hit save, you can't save it as nothing but a LDS file. Unless you shell out $9 a month. When I was buying this cutter, they said, your designs are yours. The designs are not mine if I can't use it anywhere else but Silhouette Studio. But Leonardo Design Studio. The designs are still not mine. I still have to pay you $10 a month to get my designs back. Hence another reason why I don't like this program. Okay? None of it makes any sense. So, and then these designs, half of them, look, see this little check mark here? You got to get Pro to use it. They're asking you for, I think it's like $9 or $10 a month, whatever the number is, $8 to $10, whatever the number is. They're asking you for some weird amount of money every month, which adds up to about $120 for the year. For features you may never use. No thanks. They can keep it. And these designs, I have never used these designs. They claim these designs are mine, but I've never used any of them. Why? Because I can't save them outside of Silhouette Studio. I can't do anything with them. They're just here, and I've never been able to use them for anything else. They're literally just here. So I have this program, I have this cutter, and I can't use the designs because I can't save them outside of here. And they say the designs are yours, and I'm not paying them $10 a month. Now, let's show you another thing that this program does that I don't like. You open up a design, right? Outside of this thing, and you double click on it. There's nothing. Show you again. Design outside. Double click on it. Does nothing. And that's all it does. And it's been doing it. It worked a while back, but now that's what it's been doing. Just a whole lot of that, a whole lot of nothing. So be prepared for a whole lot of nothing. Delete that. Now, is there good stuff? Yes, there's a lot of good things. Now, if you do a lot of vinyl cutting, you can use a lot of these. You get a lot of free stuff. If you do a lot of vinyl cutting, if you use a lot of vinyl cutting and you reel into the vinyl world, there you go. You get a vinyl cutter, you can cut a bunch of free stuff. It's here. You can, back to school, you can print these and cut them. A lot of printing cuts, because this is a printing cut. You just take that, open the design, and you print it and you cut it. All right? That's it. That's all it takes. Right? Well, I'm not a printing cutter. I don't do sublimation, so that's not going to work for me. There, I said it. And I'm not going to use vinyl. Again, I'm not going to do this. This is just not for me. All right, so this is not going to work, but it's good. This is good. This is good for anybody who wants to do this. Now, here's the other option. You have the material library here. So if you use a lot of Caesar stuff, they give you all the stuff, all the settings, all the ways to press it, all the instructions you need, temperatures. There's a lot of good stuff in here. How to cut it, everything. There's a subscription package where if you sign up for them, you get Creative Fabrica, which is I don't know if they're affiliated with them somehow, but you get like a 1-year subscription for free, which is cool. That is awesome because you get a 1-year subscription of Creative Fabrica, and that is actually pretty cool because then you can do a lot more stuff on there. And you can do a lot more stuff. That was actually awesome. That's how I signed up for Creative Fabric, is from them through here. So like I said, there's a lot of good stuff, but it's just not worth it. Here's another thing the program does. Now, here's another thing it does that I don't like. You put your thing here, right? You hit send. You send it again. It's here, right? You're ready to cut it. But you can still move it. I'm not exactly sure why you can move it here. That's something I'm never quite sure why you can move it here. I get it if you want to move it here for vinyl cutting. That makes sense. But watch this. If I take this and I turn it into, oh my goodness. See, this whole thing don't make no sense either. Look at this. Why is these things tied together like this? Why can't this whole bar just stretch all the way across the bottom of the screen? Why can't it just be all the way across the bottom of the screen and I pick the actual one that I want? Like this. Look at this. This is all down the side and I pick the actual one that I want. They have to pile them together, which is, whew. Let me try to digress. You have to select what you want first. That's another thing. Why can't I just select the thing and then select the thing? No, I have to select a thing and then select a thing and then go back up to it. It's kind of annoying. So select that thing, then you come down here and select this thing, and then you have to select that, and then you can start doing stuff. And it's just, you're constantly going back and forth with the mouse. You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't it be, I select this, then select this, and then the thing pop up where the mouse is? No, I have to come up here, select this, go down here, select this thing, and then come back up again with the mouse just to do my thing up here. So you're constantly going back and forth, just unrelenting, useless, repetitive movements for no apparent reason. So That's another thing I can't stand. So now let's turn this into a print and cut. Apply that, right? Now this is a print and cut. This is pretty cool. This is what I like. I like this about here. Now this is not actually a print and cut. Right? You can use it for sublimation. If you have a sublimation printer hooked up to it, this is an actual sublimation print and cut now. Like I said, there's a bunch of good things with it. I just don't have time to cover all of it because this video will be like a couple of hours, and I'm trying to condense it as much as possible, but try to remember all the bad stuff and the good stuff, and it's just going to be kind of all mixed into one jumbled mess. So if you go to File, go to Preference. Now you can tell it to continue creating draw mode, but I've clicked this 100 times and it never really does everything. Every time I start the program, it starts up here at home, and I always want it to start in draw mode, but it never starts in draw mode. It always starts back at the home mode. Don't know why. Not sure why. This program don't make any sense. So you go back into Preference. You go to Preference, and then, like I said, if you come here and you press 0, if you press 0, if it ever decides to work, hit 0, 0, and you hit Enter. Come on, stupid thing. It's supposed to bring it down to 0, like point something millimeters. No. Metrics, inches. Let's do inches. 0. See, now it's not even changing it to in. Now let's apply that. Go back. See, I'm like, this program is so weird. Now it's back down to inches. Do you see that? I changed it to millimeters, but changed it to inches from millimeters, but the program didn't accept it until I close it and go back in again for it to accept it. It just bugs everywhere. Then I like to do small margins. Small margins is pretty cool, and you're going to see why. Look, I want you to pay attention to this down here. All right. I don't tell it to use mats, and I always tell it to do 24 inches. And then do 24 inches, and then hit X, and then go edited options. I do drawing curves in editing mode, and then I do this too, and I do hit 0. If I hit 0 and hit that, it brings it 0, hit 0, 0, and then I hit one time, and it makes it the smallest of margins. This is how I like to use it, and I usually leave this default, and that's that. Now, if I go here to paging, hit this, see what happens to the page? I get the little tiny margins. Little tiny margins, see that? That's why I go in there and change those. So if you have a printer that can do those little tiny margins like this, and Epson printers are really, really good at doing this. And that's why I use it. I like to use the Epson printers. So I have this tiny margins, and I get more of my sheets, and that's why I do that. Like I said, really cool features, make sense, I like it. But the bugs, man, the bugs, they need to get rid of them. Now, this is a printing cut. Send to cutter. Send. This is a print and cut, remember. Focus, this is a print and cut. This thing should not be able to move. But it moves. I don't know how you can move a print and cut when it literally requires the registration marks to never move. But you can move it. That don't make no sense. I've messed up so many prints because of that. Then when you go to cutting, guess what you can do with cutting? The same thing. So you can imagine if you actually hit your arrow keys or anything, and I mean literally hit your arrow keys. See it moving? So you hit any button, any keys, you can literally move your design an inch or two, and then you screw up your entire design and cut when you send it to get it cut. That really needs to be fixed. Like ASAP. I have messed up so many cuts because of that problem. And that's the biggest headache. Now, all this other stuff is pretty cool. I like the fact, now what I like here most is this fact that you can actually choose to use the machine settings or the computer settings and vice versa. You can do either or. You can tell it which one to use. You want to use the machine settings or the cutter settings. You can tell which one to use. And you can change it up any way you want to. It's actually really, really cool. And this thing won't work until it's back to normal. So, see? It won't even, see, look at this. Once you take it out here, the thing won't even register. I don't know. This program is so weird. So I just don't even, the only thing I use this program to do, is cut. That's it. I design everything I need to design in Silhouette Studio. I save them as an SVG, bring them in here as an SVG, and then I just do them as a printing cut and cut them, or I do them as a vinyl and cut them. And if you do vinyl cutting, let me tell you, man, this thing is an exceptional vinyl cutter. Printing cutter, as you can see, I showed you printing cutter and vinyl cutter. Can't beat it. The pressures are great. The settings are great. You can adjust your blades. There's so much stuff. I can keep going on and on about how good this machine is. The biggest drawback to this machine is the software. And I can't keep saying that. I mean, I can say that till I'm blue in the face. This is software. The software is horrible. Sometimes I lose connection to this stupid thing and it won't even connect. I don't know why. It just loses connection and I can't connect to it. There's nothing I can do. Cut passes. This is nice. This is actually a new feature. You can actually, if you have a thick piece of paper and one cut won't do it, you can actually tell it to cut more than once, which is actually a really cool feature. I actually really like this. And this is why I keep updating my cutter, my software, even though I know I have to recalibrate it every time I do it. It's because of the new features that they're bringing in, and hoping. Every time I hope that it's better than it was the last time. But it's just more bugs get introduced, more nonsense. And you can see where corporate is just ruining the program. I can see the engineers doing their jobs, attempting to do their jobs, and corporate is just strangling them. Yeah. But again, not my company. They want to ruin it, run it to the ground. That's up to them. I'm just here giving my little 2 cents. Because this is an amazing cutter. Plagued with a plaguey program that they really need to solve, figure out what the hell they need to do, because this program blows chunks really bad. This is the biggest gripe I have with my cutter, is this. I don't like to use the cutter because of this program. I love my cutter, but I honestly wish I had a different program to use it with. I don't even know what else to say. And there's a lot more, but I just don't want to keep dragging on about how bad this program is. But, but let me tell you some good news. Good news. Use this thing as a cutter. You have, again, these design things. If you do sublimation, if you do vinyl cutting, if you do printing cuts, if you do a lot of stickers, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here. If you're willing to pay the $10 a month, you can get a bunch of neat little doodads and designs and Again, you can export your designs and actually save it as your designs if you're willing to pay that $10. I'm not. When I bought my cutter, they said the designs would be mine. They lied to me. They literally lied to me because it's still not mine. I have to pay them $10 for it to be mine. They never said that. They said I could save the design as mine. I didn't get that option. So, but again, you can get the cool designs. If you want to stay in this realm, I'm not going to. So, but the cool part is you can bring in your designs from somewhere else, and it is still an amazing cutter. And if you take the time to align it, the cutter, and do the importing, because the importing is where it really matters. Now, let me get a picture to import for you, and I'm going to show you. Give me a second, I gotta find it. This one will work. So, you get your picture, you import it. This is actually really cool. Like, this stuff makes sense. And you bring it, you do this little scanning thing. This was really bad. This improved a lot. And then, this is where you can add your little thing. Now, here's another problem. Why can't I click on the edge of this and it just the number keeps going up? No, I have to keep tapping it. Here's how you can get this thing to go faster up. Press the up arrow and it actually does it. Why can't I hold this button and it does it? No, I gotta actually leave the mouse, go over to the keyboard and press the up arrow for it to do it. I don't know. And you do the same thing over here. Hold the up arrow and it actually moves. I don't get it. Some of the nonsense just don't make any sense, but whatever. But we're not going to do that. We're going to leave that as is. We're going to leave this to 0. We're going to do an inset. Inset, we're going to bring the numbers in lower so you get a nice cleaner cut. And this is where I like to do up to about 4. And it's going to cut it really close. Now, if your printer if your cutter's calibrated well, you get a really clean cut, and it's going to be beautiful. And then you transfer it to whatever, and it's going to look nice. Now, this is a printing cut, right? Awesome. This is what I like too. You can actually separate them. So if you didn't like what you did before, you can actually separate it if you let me do it. Don't turn me into a liar. Oh, there he goes. It's separating them one by one. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me that's what it's doing. Wow, it's not making me do it. What? Alright, so let's break the path then. Nope. Ungroup path. Yep, there it is. So, you can separate the printing cuts from your actual design, if you ever want to. Pretty neat, right? Now, and then you can just redo the printing cuts. It was a lot easier. It was easier because you usually just come up here and you do ungroup, and then let me see, do it to this one. Nope. You used to do ungroup, and it would ungroup. Oh, there it is. See, it ungroups the printing cut from the actual design. That's what I like it to do. But I don't know what's going on with the other one. But as you can see, it really works great. But it works great when it wants to. That's the problem. Now, good news. If you learn this Silhouette Studio, you can, oh my goodness. I have designed 90% of what I've done in this Silhouette Studio. And then I've transported over to my cut program and cut. This is how I do it. This is how I use my cutter. So this is what I was saying, that you don't need a Cricut. If you don't do any other crafts more than cut vinyl and printing cuts, this is what you need. You need this pro software. And here's the thing. Silhouette Studio goes on sale all the time. And you can get the business edition of Silhouette Studio for half the price of what you paid for that Leonardo Studio every month. All right, so you pay separate. So let's say for 1 year you pay $120, right? For that $120, you can save 60 of it and buy Silhouette Studio when it goes on sale. So you keep $60 in your pocket, buy Silhouette Studio when it goes on sale, and you can design anything you want to. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a plan to me. Oh, and here's another thing. If you signed up for Creative Fabrica, when Leonardo Studio was giving out, or probably I think they're still giving out that whole thing. If they're still doing it, or if you just go to Creative Fabrica and sign up for it, you can get a year of Creative Fabrica for like, I think $60 or whatever the hell it is. Buy Silhouette Studio, and you'll still have money in your pockets, and you have all your designs for yourself, and you can sell them all and never have to worry about any license or any other foolishness, and you don't have to pay any more money than that forever. Yeah, you heard me. Because you buy Silhouette Studio, that's a one-time purchase. That's $60 if you get it on sale. If not, it's like $100. And that's still cheaper than paying, $9 indefinitely. Creative Fabrica is what, $40, $50 for the year. And you can get that also on sale because they constantly have that subscription on sale, because I bought like 2 years of it for like $40, $80, whatever the hell it is. So I even got that on sale. I'm telling you, still cheaper than buying Leonardo Studio for 1 year. So that's the good news. And I can still use my cutter, just like a cutter. And my designs are actually my own. I own my designs. I don't have to worry about, I have to use Leonardo Studio. If I ever decide to, I can buy a Cameo 5 or a Cameo 10, or if I ever feel like I want to try a Cricut, I can try a Cricut, and my designs are still mine. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's what I like about it. And that's what I have to say about my man, I just lost my head. My Caesar. All right. Till next time.